Hi everyone, Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts, and there we go. All right, welcome. It is Wednesday, November the 22nd, 3rd, 4th, I do believe. Hello Phyllis. It was every time you go to log in to Facebook to go to your live, one of the buttons is changed. So anyhow, I think I'm all set. Okay, it's a little bit crooked. So it's another cold day here in Ottawa. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Ottawa, Canada. And this morning, I think with the wind chill, it was -12 or -14. But when I went out around noon to check in my greenhouse because the sun is shining, it was 16 degrees. So that was pretty cool. I love my greenhouse. I won't be able to grow stuff there in the winter. It just gets too cold here, but it is certainly extending my season of being able to do things outside. Hey Pat. Alright, so this Saturday I have my Santa's Workshop class. Well, it's a workshop class. And we are using these dies for one of the tags. We're doing 6 cards and 6 tags. And these ones, I think they're on back order till the 29th. And Stampin' Up! Is changing the way they do back orders. I think starting in December they won't be doing back orders. You'll only be able to purchase items that are available, which is the same as most companies. So this little set, I think, is a little bit of a sleeper set, although it is on back order. So it's designed to coordinate with the Tailor Made Tags, which are not available till January. These are awesome, awesome. So we have pumpkins, which I'm not going to use today. Beautiful fall leaves, like these are amazing. Snowflakes, which we'll be using. Little Santa, which these die cut so beautifully and so easily. That's a really good test for me as to whether I like dies or not. Hey Wanda. And then this cute one with little ornaments. And then there's a bow, a little snowflake, some greenery, a little moon and stars. I'm not sure what this is. It probably coordinates with the stamp set, which I don't have out on my desk right now. So these are amazing. And they're designed to go with the tags. But I'm going to use them to make cards. But sneak peek, if you are taking Saturday's class, this is one of the tags that you'll be making. Well, you'll be making 2 of these. Usually I do 2 of each design. It's just easier. And then on the back I stamped "'Tis the Season to be Jolly," and this stamp is from the Holly Jolly Wishes stamp set. This is a great stamp set. I love the fonts, and this is the one I'm featuring in the class on Saturday that you had an option to purchase. And we're also using this sentiment, "We wish you a Merry Christmas," on one of the cards. And then I used a bunch of them in the class. It's a great set. All right, let's start with the middle one because it's the one that's actually almost done, because I was playing around with designs for the class, but I decided not to put this one in the class because it didn't really match our color scheme. So I have Misty Moonlight, regular 5.5 by 8.5, 8.5 by 5.5. Then Night of Navy, 4 by 5.25, Balmy Blue, 3 3/4 by 5. And then I had this one, but I didn't like, it didn't pop enough. So what I did is I die cut that die from the Giving Gifts. Just like my cord is bothering me. So it's this little tiny one, which is pretty small, but it would fit on one of the small tags. And then I would layer it up. I'd probably do the tag with white, and then vellum, and then navy blue, Night of Navy. but I'm making cards. So I did it in silver, and then we have a little piece of vellum. So I didn't like that. Maybe if I had embossed, but then I stamped right on the card, or the cardstock. So then I just went ahead and added a little layer of Night of Navy. So I think that finishes it off nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue just where you won't be able to see it. I'll center this. And then I added the Simply Elegant trim, the silver, which I haven't hardly used at all. And then we're going to pop this up. And I do need more dimensionals. Okay, ooh and ah while I grab some dimensionals. The little ones would just take too long. So this is a really simple card, and these little die cuts just really add a really pretty little element. Hey Cheryl. Hi Wanda. Did I say hi Wanda? Hello. Thanks for joining me. It's better than sitting here crafting alone. And I do realize that my time doing gardening things has almost come to an end. I have most of my winter pots done, a couple of more winter planters to do, but that means more time in my craft room. And I did make a big pot of soup today, so that was nice. So here we have our little ornaments, little silver bow, and all the different shades of blue. I think that's really pretty. So you could have embossed this piece, but then you would have had to add a different piece for the sentiment. And I think it's perfect. It doesn't always need to be fancy dancy. Okay, so the next one we're going to do, the idea is from this little die cut. So when you do the die cutting, it only cuts the inside. So then you have to decide how much edge you want. So for this one, I think it's 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. I did just snip off the ends because it just comes out just like this. So then I thought, oh, that'd be cool on a card. So here's my dilemma. Let me show you the card first. Basic white. This is from Home. It's a carryover paper. Who knows? Who's going to be the first one to post it? Tidings and trimmings. Heartwarming hugs. Not even close. Heartwarming hugs. Designer series paper. So I have 2 little pieces of that. I want to say 1 inch by 5 1/2. So this is going to be my layout. Then I have my piece with my Santa. But I did go ahead and do another one because I wasn't sure exactly where on the card I was going to have to put the sentiment. So I thought, to be on the safe side, I'm just going to cut another little piece of Whisper White and put it under here for the Merry Christmas. Then I had this little piece left over, so I thought, oh, that looks nice up there. But if I'm going to put one up there, then I need to put one down here. So this is how this card came together. Do you craft like this? Like just, it kind of gets added to as you go along. But then I'm looking at this thinking, it looks too white. It kind of needs a sky, but I don't know if I want to introduce blue into my card that's all green, red, and white. But we're going to try. So I did stamp it again in black and in red again. And I'm going to use a blender brush. I thought I already got, but I didn't. So I'm finding my blue blender brush. So I use one for all the blues. So I did choose Night of Navy, because if you're doing night, it's got to be night. I may regret this. I'm going to start on the black side. So I'm going to do a little bit. Yeah, see, that's really dark. Always start off your paper to see how dark you want it. I don't know if I'm going to like this, but let's try it. And I'm just going to do it. I wanted to do it a bit darker at the top because it is the night sky of Christmas. And then just, oh, that's really dark. Really light touch underneath. Just don't know if I'm going to like blue, but I felt like it needed something. So let's try and see. All right, I do like it just sitting like this. I'm just not sure about when I add it to my card. Is it going to throw everything off? So let's line it all up again. There's my backup. I don't have this all measured out, so I'm not exactly even sure how big this is. So let's just look and see if we're going to like it with the blue. What do you guys think? I'll give you a second. So here it is with a bit of sky. Don't worry that it's crooked because it's just because nothing's glued down yet. Blue or just plain white? All right, you need to vote. Blue or no, blue or white. Just write blue or white. Because either we're going to have the blue or the white. Blue. Okay, Sandra says blue. The white just looks like it's missing something. Anyone else? Blue or white? White for Phyllis. Like them both. Wanda. No blue, says Cheryl. All right. Well, white is winning then. I'll just wait one more second. Okay. I'll save this one for another day. I think if I had a background that had some of these colors in it, I might like it better. It's just I'm not feeling it. So I'm going to stick with white. When you make yours, you can decide whatever you like. Alright, so once we get this on, we can assemble our card. I think it'll still be pretty. Well, obviously, or I wouldn't be doing it. Okay, so I think it's smart to add this little piece on the back, and I'm realizing now that this is really tight fit. And I do have to shift it down just a little bit. I want to make sure the sentiment is still straight. Okay, that's going to be on the good enough because it's getting messy now. All right, so I might need a little pencil. So let's say this is in the middle. This is such an easy card, but it's quite finicky. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little pencil mark because I want to make sure these go a little bit lower than the pencil mark. All right, let's just put it together. This isn't rocket science. Okay, Pat said white. Okay, so I'm putting it just a little bit below my pencil marks. Well, just inside the pencil marks because the pencil mark was where this piece came to. So I'm going to put this one on and then I'm going to quickly grab the middle piece and make sure I did it okay. Yeah, that looks good. All right, so we got those pieces down. Now I'm just going to very carefully, I am going to put them right on top of the designer series paper because they're so thin that I think if I try to put them on the edge that they won't look good. I just thought it added a cute little element. And it all started because I had this one extra from when I actually cut down this red piece a little bit. When I originally did it, was a bit, I felt it was a bit wide. So then I thought, well, I was going to put it inside the card. And then, and then I decided to put it on top. All right, so now I'm just going to try not to get glue on the velvet. It's kind of like foil, like it makes a mess. Actually, I do want some on here. There. after so much discussion, I think it turned out cute. So that's our second card. It's basically straight. It's hard for me to see the angle that I'm looking at it. Anyways, I think that's a fun Christmas card. And I do like it with the white, I think. Come to think of it. Alright, so that's the little Santa. This is the ornaments. And the other one, other than the pumpkins, is one that cuts out the snowflakes. So remember, it only cuts out the inside and then you add your border. But these die, I also used the stitched snowflake dies, which I hadn't used yet. But let me show you some of these dies. They're so pretty. So we have this one big one. This is a good lesson on try the dies because it's not always what you think. I wonder if I can find these. And here's an example. So this one, I figured this one out. It doesn't cut around it, it just cuts. I don't know what you call that, but it just makes cuts in the paper. But isn't that pretty? It did slip a little bit, so it's not all the way over. I did notice that. I'm not using this one, so. But then I like to put just a bunch of them on paper and see what they look like. So this one, this one, this one, this one on the beautiful snowy velvet paper. And then I realized this one and this one, these two, don't cut out. It's the same. They just do a cut, almost it's not really an emboss, but just a cut on the paper. It doesn't cut it out. And it's the same with some of the snowflakes. So this snowflake, I did some of them in, oh here. So this one cuts out the outside, and then this middle piece does this die cut. Who knows the word for that? It's not die cut. It's not all cut out. It's just cuts it. So this one cuts out the whole thing. There's that one. This one cuts out the whole thing. I'll show you in blue. It's easier. I just didn't do them all in blue. That's that one. This is this one. This is that one. And that one. And then the other ones I didn't, these ones I didn't do in white. So just to give you an idea how versatile this set is. You have lots and lots of choices with this set. Alright, this is all blaring. So let me show you what I did. And we have a few things to play with. So for my card base, I have basic white, I almost said whisper white, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then for my next layer, I have balmy blue. So again, I took that big die, laid it on, and then you just run it through. Just make sure it doesn't move. It did move on this one, so it's not really straight. You probably don't notice, but I do. Then I also went back after I figured out what these ones did and put those two just in the corners. So I thought that looked pretty. Yeah, these dies are really fun. Then we have our little, let's call it a window with the snowflakes. I just noticed a couple that aren't punched out. And these dies, I've cut them out with foil, I've cut them out with paper, I've cut them out with vellum, and same with the giving gift tag ones, and they cut out beautifully. Every so often you get a die that's just really finicky to cut out, not these ones. So that's how I had it set up, and I thought I don't like it right against the blue, so I took a little piece of vellum, and that's going to go behind, almost just to give it a shadow. So let's go ahead and put that on. Just going to put it really close because I actually don't know how big it needs to be. It just needs to cover it. So now it gives it that kind of frosted look. And I can go ahead and put this one on because I'm not adding ribbon to this layer. I just love these dies. They might be my new favorite. I'll have to look and see. The retiring list came out. I don't know what they call it. Clearance, retiring. So the current July to December, really, but it is January, catalog ends on January 3rd. So the items that aren't carrying over will be in the clearance sale starting December 1st. So I didn't check about these dies to see if they're carrying over or if they're going to be retiring. So that's going to be good to know, because if they're retiring, you want to get them. Alright, so I have kind of a plan. Not a complete plan, as you know. So here's my plan. I did take one of the dies, and I have Happy Holidays. This is the Tailor Tags. And then it also has these cool little elements. Sometimes I find it easier to put the glue here. And what I like about this little element is the die has, which way does it go? This way. It was completely upside down. The die, it cuts out 3 at a time. So if you're making a whole bunch of tags, that will really save you a lot of time. So there we go. Just adds a little pop of color. So my idea is have this, a couple of snowflakes, not a lot. I did them in vellum as well. They're very pretty in vellum. And then off of one of the snowflakes to have the die hanging. These ones might look pretty up here, layered up. I'm just going to do a little outline and see what I think. But the idea is to have this little tag coming out of, or hanging off of one. And I'm going to use the white glittered organdy ribbon, which seems to be stuck. Alright, it's almost at the end of, oh here we go. It's almost at the end of the roll, so I know it's, yes Wanda, I'm going to pop it up for sure. I just thought it would be easier to lay out my design first. But that, I think it will look really pretty with the light shining behind. So I just want to do a little knot. Or should I do, oh I know, I have an idea. Because I'm going to be introducing maybe one, silver snowflake, maybe it would be pretty to have this, and I don't want to cover the whole thing. A little silver bow, but having said that, if I'm going to introduce silver, it has to be small. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pop this up because that'll help me to see exactly what it's going to look like. I was just thinking if I'm going to add the silver bow, I want to have the snowflake behind it and not on top of it. Like I was thinking, oh that might be cute, and then put a little snowflake there. Let's see. Okay, one step at a time. Let's do this piece first. These snowflakes are a little bit different because I have the snowflakes from last year, so I hadn't bought these yet. And then, because really, I love snowflakes though. And we live in Canada, in Ottawa. We're one of the snowiest capitals in the world. One of the coldest, I think. Probably and snowiest. I don't know for snowiest, but we get a lot of snow. Like snow till sometimes May. Okay. So we got that, we've got this. I did like these ones up here, so let's just go ahead and do that. Otherwise I'm going to be sitting here all day thinking about what to do. And I anticipate doing more cards with this set, so we'll have lots of time. I will have to check and see. So that was dumb because this has got a big hole in the middle. So that didn't stick on at all. I need to put it to the side and get these offset. And then pretty sure I want it dimensional. And I will put a jewel in the middle to kind of hide that mess that I have there. All right, I don't want a ton on here. I don't even know if I'm going to introduce silver. That's the same one. Here's a smaller one. I guess my thinking was I could have my glittery ribbon, my little sentiment, or my glittery ribbon. Maybe. All right, let's try the silver. So this is the Simply Elegant trim. And I've used 2 rolls of gold already. So I just want to take a little bit of this and make a little bow. I think. We can try it. We can always pull it off if we don't like it. I thought all the cards today were really quick and simple. Maybe not. Okay, that does look pretty. And I do like it like this, and maybe we don't need anything else. I don't think we do. I'm going to pop this on with a glue dot. And I'm just kind of putting it onto this one here. All right, I don't think it needs anything else. What do you guys think? And now look at all the nice little snowflakes I had. So here's what they look like in vellum. They're very pretty. And here they are just in basic white. Very pretty as well. Okay, so we do need a rhinestone here. And we have those blue ones that carried over from last year. Let's see if I can find them. Was it the blue gems? I think so. If not, it's something similar to this. We just need one right there. I'm going with blue gems, and I'm going to go with this one. It is making it quite high up, so you might want to think about that if you're mailing it. Maybe not put a dimensional there. And then I'm going to take one of the small ones and put it there. All right. So that's our third card, and now I have all of these snowflakes that maybe I'll use on Friday. Because you don't always know which ones you're going to use, so you may as well just punch out a bunch of them because they'll get used up for something. I could definitely put one in the inside as well, but I'm not going to right now. Okay. Third card. So these are using the stitched snowflake dies. And the Giving Gift Tags. So this one is the snowflake one. It looks a lot bigger there, but this is how small the die is. So you just remember it's designed for a tag, but you can make it into a full-size card. So that's the snowflake. This is Santa. And this is the ornaments. Again, look how small this little ornament die is. Like, it's teeny tiny. That's a teeny tiny die, but it doesn't cut it out. So you have the option of making it as big as you want. All right, so Giving Gift dies, I'm pretty sure designed, well, I know it's designed to coordinate with the Tailor Made Tags, not tailored. Oh, forgot this one. Tailor Made Tags. But here is how you can use the same dies to make full-size cards. So I hope I've inspired you to want to purchase those. And of course, well, like I said, they're on back order right now. But when they come back in, they're a great set because they also have fall, all those beautiful leaves, Thanksgiving, pumpkins. Our Canadian Thanksgiving is so much earlier that we're kind of finished with it now because we have snow. So you have Christmas, you have the pumpkins, Christmas again, and winter. So obviously this card could be used for many, many occasions. All right. Thanks for joining me today. I do appreciate it if you like or share my video. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so you'll know when I go live. If you want to purchase any of these products, they are in back order. And I think it was the tags that aren't available till January. But these are supposed to be in November 29th. Okay. Thanks for the comments. Yeah, they are pretty, aren't they? And they're so simple, really. Once you do the little die cut, then the rest is just layering up the paper. This one I went a little crazier because I was actually trying out all these different elements. But I think it still looks pretty. Thanks everyone. I'll be back Friday with Fun Fold Friday. I hope to see you then. And until then, have a great evening and we'll see you Friday.